Islam. Peace, 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 peace. Peace, everybody. How you doing? Great. Peace and love. Great. Peace and love. I want to start off by saying love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, and of course my 2 cents, health and wealth. With that being said, can one of our brothers please give us how the BBT began, if you don't mind?
In the map, here we go. Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation by night and by day. So his holy prophets, throughout the lead, Amen. Asher, Shalom Alakim, Ash'ar, Islamism, Inshallah, and Ashe. Peace.
Wait for Noble Malik. I was like, yep, let Noble Malik go ahead and do our prayer. I give him gratitude for that.
Everybody keep you in the thing.
Well, can someone please give us our names, if you don't mind?
Islam. Scientific study will illuminate the student that Yahweh, our Elohim, God, the creator of the stellar and ecclesiastical universe, has stipulated in all Bibles, regardless of the translation, a pattern that he, Yahweh Elohim, gave Moses in Mount Sinai in the year 1490, BBY, erroneously referred to as BC. It is by a profound knowledge of the construction and the operation of the divine pattern of the Mosaic tabernacle in relationship to every created object in the universe, whether visible or invisible, that will reveal the answer to every question concerning Yahweh Elohim and Yahshua the Messiah as he really is and his eternal purpose and plan. The Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School is not a church, but a school of research, founded with the idea in mind to delve into every branch of science, according to the pattern of the tabernacle, man-made in the image of God, Allah, which in more science is the acronym for arm, leg, arm, head, to find the answer to every question that has plagued the student from the foundation of the world, thus proving the unerring accuracy and infallibility of the Bible. In research and study, we always use the true Hebrew names of the unity of the spirit of the so-called Godhead. Instead of the title God as the Father's name, we are using the correct Hebrew name, Yahweh. Instead of Jesus Christ as the Word or the Son's name, we are using Elohim, which is the correct Hebrew name, title for the Father Yahweh in superincorporeal form. For the Holy Spirit, which is Yahweh Elohim, manifested in a physical body, we are using the correct Hebrew name, Yahshua, the Messiah. These holy names may seem to be a private interpretation, which we, the Burning Bush Tabernacle, have invented, but through research and study with a good encyclopedia or dictionary, anyone can discover for themselves this great error. There was no letter J in any language until the Middle Ages. Neither was there ever a letter equivalent to J in the Hebrew language. Therefore, such names as Jesus or Jehovah are impossible renderings of the true name of the Father and the Son. Here at the BBT, our aims are as follows. 1, to illuminate the student to find and know Yahweh, our Elohim, as he really is and exists. 2, to form a nucleus of universal brotherhood of humanity in Yahshua the Messiah without distinction of race, nationality, creed, sex, caste, or color. 3, to investigate the unexplained spirit law or so-called law of nature and the powers latent in man. 4, to encourage and promote the study of the scriptures, comparative religions, psychology, philosophy, and modern and practical and occult sciences. 5, to remove spookism, superstition, skepticism, and ignorance. 6, to learn, know, and understand the operation of Yahweh's eternal purpose through the dispensations and ages. 7, to discern and avoid being deceived by Lucifer, the serpent, the devil, the dragon, or Satan and his demons, operating the mystery of iniquity on earth through the dispensations of time. 8, to earnestly contend for the common salvation and faith, which was once delivered to the sons or children of Yahweh. 9, to make known that Yahweh from the beginning ordained there is no other name given among men whereby man can be saved, saving the name Yahshua the Messiah. Last but not least, 10, to inherit eternal life now in the kingdom of Yahshua the Messiah with the hope of immortal glorification in the new earth state. And with that, I say amen, Islam, and peace, 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 peace.
Peace. Peace, Noble Alonzo.
Peace.
How you doing, my brother?
Peace. Doing great by the grace of Allah. How to try?
Man, we're great, man.
Excellent.
Hey, gratitude, peace and love. Peace, big.
Always glad to hear your voice, Noble. Always.
Gratitude. Always glad to be heard. Gratitude and love.
But today is is Sunday, and if you're frequent to BBT, you know we have selected days where we teach history, law, civics, health, and wealth. We display that all through the week. But we do have systematic classes because we like to teach as well. In ministry, history, and law, it must synchronize. Correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. So here at the BBT today is Sunday. I always like to ask my brothers and sisters, those that have children, those that may be children themselves, because we all been children before. But especially for the ones that have children, do you think it's important
You ever seen
for
that?
them to know how to pray or understand about the power of prayer?
Absolutely.
That's what they tell you to do.
I mean,
Very much so.
I hope I'm right about this. Because the only way they're going to know and understand about it is when we talk about it and we do it, we apply it, and they see us doing it. That's the only way it's going to be reality. Keep this word in your hippocampus. It's static. It's static. E-C-S-T-A-T-I-C. Because we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to talk about the power of a man praying continually over and over without ceasing. There's power in that. I'm not here to convert no one or tell no one what they should do. I know the power of this. We talk about all of these things outside of the body, like the tools in the toolbox per se. But when God, Allah, Yahweh, whatever you want to call it, give you these tools already to save yourself, like the power of prayer, you think you got to go outside for that?
Nope. Everything's from within.
Come on, man. I'm talking about prayer without ceasing, like it already happened.
That's actually you're talking about the outward extension of that, of your prayer.
Yes.
So that becomes the action.
And see, as we speak on the body within, as we speak on man created in the image and doing that connectivity, we're not here to make man over principalities or over something that is so obscure as a color of something. That's not even the message. We understand history, but today we're giving you something when you're in a dark place, when you need it, when you're in your alone time, when you're with your loved ones, when you need that power, when you think it's just man's ability, or how can I say it, scholarship ability, but don't understand about the power with the scholarship to make it divine. That's why I love prayer changes things. It's very powerful. That's why in 1 Thessalonians 5, 16 and 18, it says, the writer says, rejoice always, pray without ceasing, thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God, Allah, in Yahshua the Messiah, for you, for you, for you. I believe that's I can take that and use that for power. I can take that. I can take the good of things and deal with it and help myself. That's the only way you're going to help somebody else. You want to see a sermon.
You know, say that again. The only way to do it is to help yourself, right? That's what you said?
Yes.
So when most people understand in prayer, right, is that not they're looking for an external factor to come save them and not an internal?
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you. It's just when I make it plain, when I talk about dialogue between you and the creator within, when I say it's not a genie, we're not like making a request, but we always talk about in more science a form of gratitude and expression, you know, connecting and giving a form of worship, which I like to call adoration. Philippians 4, 6, and 7, and James 5, and 16. See, we can use these things for power for the babies for righteousness. You can get the historical essence of it because there's only one law, it's only one history. You know?
Right.
But what about the power when you're in a dark place when you need things? Or if you're an athlete, you hurt yourself, but you don't understand the power
I'm
of
not saying
prayer?
I don't know what it is.
When you're in that place, when you're in that place of
You
loneliness
right there.
and
I'm
despair,
down there.
you don't understand humility and sincerity. God Allah cares about our hearts. It cares about, it cares more about our eloquence per se and how we can fancy ourselves up in outer appreciations. You know, it's not all about having notoriety. It's about being authentic, giving gratitude, and from the heart. That's what I get out of the biblical scriptures. You know, that's in Matthew chapter 6, 5, and 8. That's what I get out of it. I get faith and persistence. I get faith and persistence because that's like I don't believe I know. When I say I don't believe anything, because my belief can be a lie. I know it's not me. I know it's not me waking me up every day. I know the system, the creator, is making all this happen. I know this. Without that breath of life, I'm nothing.
You heard your shit on? She said, we ain't using heavy breath. Like,
I'm
oh,
saying,
you
you don't give up. What you mean you never?
put them in the dishwasher.
You pray without season.
No, we're not using heavy breath.
Wake up, there's no give up.
Without season.
Yeah. Wake up, there's no give up. That's another opportunity.
Come on.
Granny.
It's understanding. It's trust. When you say it's timing. I mean, I use things for power. Matthew 7 to 7 11, Mark 11 to 24. Why everybody so angry?
Emotional discord.
It should be a content. Like when we talk about unity, when I say the divine comes first with me. All the other stuff, I get all that. I know all that other stuff. After that, now what? Man, if you don't understand the divine and you don't have humility, oh man, I really have no desire to do nothing. That's why all scripture encourages praying. All holy books, it speaks about praying. For what? Allah's will to be done. Where? On heaven as it is on here on earth. Come on. That's why I tell you, afraid to bring things to God Allah for daily concerns, for bigger worries. You should bring that to the table. Wait, every time, like my dad say, what you gonna bring to the altar? Huh? Y'all still with me?
No, we already eating. I heard him go outside.
Islam.
I
We're talking about the power of your prayer, man. Oh, you think holy men didn't know how to get into their holy place and pray? And all holy books, it affirms the power of prayer to bring comfort, to bring guidance, to bring healing. But it's no guarantee. Yeah, it's no genie that you're just gonna get the right answer, the desire per se, because it takes some work. It takes you with that will. Now it can take precedent. Understand what I'm saying? See, this is Socratic thinking. Yes, it can take precedent. The scripture testify to this. James 5:15 and 16. We use things for understanding.
Can you go into what precedence means?
You say what, my brother?
Can you go into what precedence means when you say it takes precedence?
Okay. Anybody want to give it a shot?
I would say it takes some action and preparation.
Yeah, that's the point.
Like to do the work.
But just like okay, that's good. But when I say something, this is a precedent.
What's
Pressing matter. It has weight.
Okay, yeah, you are. But it's like
what's this like?
how can I say it?
Oh,
It like supersedes. It like
There you go.
moves it to the top. It makes it the most important thing, more important than other things that may have been related to that specific topic.
Come on. Yeah.
Using your tools in a toolbox, in other words, right?
It's making it a priority.
How would
It's making it a priority.
How?
It's making your prayer a priority.
My God.
It's making your prayer a priority. Man must continue to pray over and over. Man is a walking testimony. Nobody, that's why I say if you connected to the higher essence, nobody tell you when to go pray. You will continuous prayer over and over. Man is a walking testimony. That's why the scriptures testify. The Quran, the Bible is, we must come from the right perspective. The other part we get it. But we're not talking about man's title of understanding or their part of God, Allah, whatever they want to call it, grasping that title of it. Not here to debate no one of that essence, but I know the divine comes first. And if you ain't with that, that's on you. But I can tell you what I represent. You know? That's why do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God Allah. I think I rock with that. So when you're doing things, you don't go to that higher essence, you don't talk to that higher essence. You telling me you don't use these no matter how you switch the words up. You telling me this is not power for you and your babies. Somebody talk to me.
Oh, there's all of that.
Indeed. It's all that.
I'm not telling you what it looks like, or this is that, or you should be doing this, or this looks like that. Yeah, that tomato. After you get all that, now what you gonna have to grasp, to hold on to?
Like everybody can do the same things, it can look a little different, right?
Yeah.
That's your prayer, right?
Yeah. See, it's power in these things. Why are they called holy books? What do you think?
They're divine.
So we're talking about a higher understanding, a higher essence, something that we should be giving homage to. That's why I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you already received it.
It's always on the same side.
See, all these scriptures, all these self-help books that we read from Neville Goddard and all those books, etc. They only talk about what I'm saying. It's them people in the flesh that's like, well, I'm just making it plain. I'm giving a full course meal.
Again.
I'm saying, yes, all that is there. Yes, in layman terms. But we can use this right here, for everything that we need. Because it's all synchronized. If you're going to use it for power, why should we use things? This ain't no kryptonite. Is it kryptonite for you?
What's the
Come back. Oh, man. Come on, man.
Some people like to use this for like Crips and Blood, like they banging on each other instead of using it for the divine purpose. That's what people do. That's what I've seen in my in my search. I see people use the gangbang on each other and not have an understanding in a divine sense.
Because the text should be used for, it's just like a prophet or any type of person that's coming to give a divine message. The message should be of righteousness, not separation. It should be able to be contextualized. It should be able to be explained. It should be able to be easy for a child to understand. We can get the historical essence, which we do in class. But right now, when we go through things, and when we may not go through things, and we understand where how can I say, where we in grace, we should understand why. Because it takes something. If you know the so-called thing of good and bad, stay in what we're stay in the science. When Romans 8:26, 8 and 26 says, it says, likewise the Spirit helps us in our weakness. So if a person don't understand that, and I understand that the Spirit helps me in my weakness and it helps me in my strength, I'm not trying to force that down no one's throat. Think about it. For we do not know what to pray for as we ought, but the Spirit what the Spirit does, because the Holy Spirit should do the teaching, and the Spirit intercedes. See, this is what happens when I say, come on, man. Like, I'm not here to tell nobody nothing foreign.
Next week, T.
I'm not here to destroy nothing. There's nothing to destroy. I can get historical with it, and it's only going to be one history. I can get lawful with it, it's only going to be one law, no matter if you like my fears or not. But when you pray, go into your room, per se, and shut the door and pray to the Father who is in secret. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you. So when we explain that in the Spirit, it's not telling you to go in the room per se, but if that's what you do, that's great. What I'm saying, you don't have to make a spectacle of things, because we already showed you in certain things. I don't have a problem with a person doing 5 salats or whatever, but from the teachings and from what's not tradition and from what's word, I know the difference. And I'm not here to disrespect a person that do things that may be outer appreciations. You understand what I'm saying? I'm being politically correct. But do y'all follow Islam? Okay? Because there's no difference. James 5-6. Therefore confess I don't even like to say sins, but it says sins to one another and pray for one another that you may be healed. Now watch this. The prayer of a righteous person has great power as it is working. So I can go back in retrospect when we were having class and Alonzo talking about in circumstances when we have the tools, we have all our to what the scriptures is testifying to. We have that. We ain't saying go and find somebody and say, "Oh man, I'm in." But if I'm in a relationship, it's like I know how to pray.
Oh my God,
man, I can do that at the drop of a hat. I can come and say, "Hey man, this is where I'm weak at."
I got the whole thing on.
I can come to that. Why? Because I have these tools. That's why. Prayer is a tool.
I'm just playing.
I have this. I'm speaking more science. If I ain't speaking more science, get your Morse Quran and turn to chapter 5. And you tell me what the tools in the toolbox represent. And if you think it's just some tools, it makes you some work with tools, and you don't understand those tools of the Spirit, I think you can read it over and over and over and over until you then come back to me and have a question, have a conversation. Are y'all with me on that? It's we gotta understand this, man. No comment on only minutes. This anything. We're coming to give a clear understanding. That's all. I mean, if I tell your young son, Noble Alonzo, I say, "Hey, young Noble, I know you athlete everything, but keep your head on straight. Understand who you are, man. Be okay with being who you are." And I said, "Watch and pray that you may not enter into temptation." Because I can say the spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Well, man, your son, you would be able to get into your son and be like, "Man, whoever told you that, that's good." You better break that. You better take that and break that down. You know, and use that in all type of ways. How? Hey, man, you're a young looking young man, you're an athlete, this, that, and the other. People gonna be coming at you all type of ways. People saying, "Hey, man, you this, you're not this, and all that." But I want you to keep your head up. I want you to understand temptation of what, not quitting and not giving up, all that. I want your spirit. I want you to have a good spirit. You know? I want you to have a good spirit. And I don't want your flesh to be weak. All that is good. All that's good for the young man. All those are tools. All those are tools. I would tell you if you got the ability to do this, but then as you're doing that ability, add some to it. What? Continue steadfast in prayer. You want to call it salat, whatever you want to do. Being watchful and with Thanksgiving. Nobody having a problem with what he said, what I'm saying. What? How? Scripture. I mean, come on. We can use scripture, Quran, all to get the same essence. Only man comes with the prejudice, understanding. That's only man. That's only man that came with that split down the back.
You said a lot right there, so man that came with that.
It is.
I posted it on
It is.
Facebook. I'll make it happen.
It is so man.
That's true.
You can make a restaurant. I said, no, man, I'm too busy for that.
Tyra, what you just did, you only
Sell
understood.
it. No, man, I can't do it.
But it
I'm too busy
is,
for that. Because I don't make
Oh,
it.
I agree. I understand.
Man, I remember Noble Alonzo was saying, who was doing Jamantry, he was saying, it's so simple, but so complex. Because we wanna make this so difficult.
I got that from Sheik.
You know?
It's similar. I mean, it is. It is like it's like a clear glass next to a dirty glass. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Literally.
And that's why,
Indeed.
Don't live off
and that's why I said I'm okay with people that don't know me and judge me and try to say this, that, and the other. I said, well, you clearly don't know the mission that Allah, God, Yahweh, whatever you want to call it, has for my life. You clearly don't understand. You clearly don't understand. That's on you. And I know you don't know what you're doing. I can accept that. You see? I don't have no problem with that. That's why I know prayer is the most wonderful experience that you and I can have. I guarantee it's the most important you and I can have. Prayer is the ecstasy of a spiritual wedding taking place in deep silence, stillness of consciousness. Think about that, y'all. And so praying then is recognizing yourself to be that which you desire to be God or Yahweh for that which you desire. So listen to how beautiful the poet speaks of prayer. If your prayer creates no response, there is something wrong with it. The fault generally lies in too much effort. Think of the simplicity of this, but how it's complex. Think of it. Serious confusion arises when man identifies the state of prayer with an act of will. The sovereign rule is to take or to make no effort. And if this is observed, you will intuitively fall into the right attitude. Think about this. So it is not what you want that you attract. You attract what you believe to be true. Did you hear what I just said?
Yep, you attract what you believe to be true. That's internally.
Think about it.
Internally. Within, right?
Think about it, yeah. So this is some of the processes of these situations. The core of the process is to create a state of mind where you feel you already have obtained the things desired. Stay in the spirit. Whether this thing be a physical possession or a character trait or a union with the divine you by using your what? Hippocampus, your imagination, and ignoring all your physical senses that tell you to the contrary. I know it may seem hard, but it's so simple. Watch this. You must assume it is already. So is your imagination and mind. See, you live in a state as if you were already so. And once a state of mind is assumed in your hippocampus, it's a short matter of time before the outer physical world will reflect the inner mental. Watch me give you a pictorial. Trajan, what he's doing. Man, I see my head over the smell. When the man get inspired from things, he started doing those things. He started being habitual. He started doing these things over and over, continuously. And then it becomes a habit. Why? Because this is what it does. And then the world will reflect the inner, the mental. Because in this shape, all this stuff is a mental process. It takes a strong person to do these things. Stay with me. So I'm gonna give a couple steps. We got a little time. Y'all with me? Let me get a little libation.
Absolutely. Come on.
Watch this. Number one, I tell everyone a good aspect of praying and doing things in the right perspective is getting some sleep. See, I'm not see this. See what people that are going to come with a bag and put some dust. See this, the silliness of a lot of brothers that talk about they some sheiks and they this and they that. I say, what you genie? But you walk around with some little thing and you can sprinkle some Fuji dust on everybody, and you be like, my boy, stop. This is life. This is changes things. This is the spirit of man. When you go in certain places, when you can talk to people, when you can help people in dark places, spiritually, educationally, all those complex, when you can touch a person and the spirit in you goes to them. This more than just going around saying and portraying some things. But sleep, carrying the action into sleep, what it does, it thickens, or in the brain, you start, how can I say it, dreaming about these things. And it's powerful when you fall asleep and your imagination is on that desire. Think about that. Think about that. In your mind, indicate your desire. Hasn't been obtained. I ain't talking about no genie that you ain't working. Hey, you ain't gonna go to the mailbox and make no whole bunch of money. No, that ain't, you ain't working for that. But I'm talking about work on within. Because what's within can manifest outward. You gotta be in the right position to do all the outward things. The mind has to be in position. This is a system.
Sheik, you gotta know that we on the earth, so we know we belong to duality, so we know the opposite is also an emphatic. At the same time, we gotta be careful what we take on, when we do take our way out to sleep. And those things that we transpire through the day, and things that we transpire through our lives, different ups and downs and upheavals, and these things are on our mind while we're resting, trying to maybe take it to rest. That has a negative effect.
Know who you are. Come on. See? Alonzo, see, that elder is speaking. He talk about that balance. See, if you use too much of that effort, absolutely. Now we get with the ego. What happened with the ego? When you in the lower self, when you in doubt, when you were unsure, what? It's staying active. And you won't be able to fall asleep. I'm with you, no? Think about it. Think about it. I'm right on that. It's a good state to be in a dream state. That's why we work out. That's why the Quran, that's why the text says working out is just as much as anything else. Why? Because after we work out everything, what happens? Malik, the body goes into a relaxed state. When the body goes into a relaxed state, it's able to dream, it's able to think, it's able to what? Receive certain things. Understand it. This is a system. I can get all metaphysical when I talk about the chakras. I can get all metaphysical, and take it to a whole spectrum, because if one operator of them chakras ain't operating right, brother, I care less about the rest.
So they got what called?
See, these is facts. Number 2 is meditation. The greater energies of the mind seldom break forth, save when the body is still and the door of sense is closed to the object.
Oh, yeah.
We call this a type of controlled waking dream, where you are, where one is maintaining the feeling of the wish fulfilled, while shutting down the body senses. Think about what I just said. I'm a martial art head, and I use analogy, but I'm an old school kung fu head. I don't know if any of y'all over here are an old school kung fu head, but I am. I like all the old school martial art moves. And you see a lot of times, of course. Okay, and you see a lot of times they change the pressure points. And you see a lot of times you be thinking that's a swastika on them, but that ain't got nothing to do with no swastika. All that is they orthodox per se, that they know how to do the kung fu, but they spiritual as well.
Right. to that cheat, Islam.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the sense, and with the senses quiet, one can connect deeper with the powers of imaginal manifestations. It's the state in which you are conscious and quite able to move or open your eyes, but have no desire to do so. I'm not talking all around walking out like no zombie or none of that. I'm talking about in the state of ecstaticness. Understand this. This is no pain. You can't have that if you have this form of disposition. Think about it. You gotta tell me what that word means.
Different.
Somebody look it up and tell me and give me a good explanation of that word. Because you can't be miserable. You can't be disconnected. You can't be down. You can't look at yourself and I'm junk.
Reading that type one.
Be ecstatic. Somebody get it for me. I'm waiting.
Feeling or expressing overwhelming happiness or joyful excitement.
So if that's an attribute to have, and that's a beautiful attribute, you cannot be disconnected and be ecstatic. You cannot. How? You can't be threatened to things. You cannot enjoy life.
Right.
You can't be doing it. You can't be in pain. How?
Another burger. Like,
Well, you gotta be on
Talk to me.
oh yeah.
It's an oxymoron. It's two opposites.
Come on, man. The body must be in motion, immobilized. What? I forget that song back in the Wu-Tang. What was it? Ghostface, Raekwon. He had his son on there. He was called, what is it? I'm thinking he said, he was like, say the word. I forget. I can't think of it. I can't even think of it. But it goes, it'll come to you. But you have to feel that your body, and you have to perform the proposed motion. If you are going to walk, don't see yourself doing it, but feel you are walking. See, when I be running and doing things, I don't just see myself running. I feel everything. I connect to the earth. I look at everything. My head be on a swivel. I used to run with my music. I keep my music down because I want to be connected to things. I want to see things coming. So it's a whole connectivity as you become amplified. You know? That's why when you're doing things, just don't do it. Feel yourself doing these things. If you hopping up those stairs and you're doing those lunges, you just don't do them. Feel it. They say feel the burn, right? Come on. And this is so simple. When I'm talking about feeling thankful. Listen, if you want something for yourself, if you want something for somebody else, the key to manifesting these things is what? Immobilize. What you mean, she? Immobilize the physical body. What do you mean, she? Produce the state of kind to sleep and just feel happy and thankful. You see how simple that is, but so complex. Did y'all catch what I just said?
Say it again.
It's not that hard.
That was great.
If you want something, either for yourself or for others, we used a key of immobilize, which is immobilizing the physical body. Produce the state that we call or similar to sleep and just feel happy and thankful and having it show the feeling of the wish to feel. With the mind dominated by the single sensation. That's how you go to sleep, per se. That's how you go to sleep, per se. You know how I say, you know how in your relationship, you say, man, I want to go to bed and without all this, I got to get this right. Or I don't want her to go out the door like this. You know how that son was? I forget that Jaheim son because she went out and he got, and I'm going to get my baby back. Baby back, move to you, baby. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Hey, my wife said I'm thinking about some ribs. Baby back ribs. But the third one, y'all, is visualization. Visualization, spiritual sensation. You have to imagine that you are holding, let me see, something beautiful that lay a rose in your hand. Smell it, even though they don't smell that good, but they like to say roses smell so great. Okay, well, smell it, and I'm just using it as an analogy. Do you detect the odor of the rose? Do you? Well, if the rose is not there, why is this fragrance in the air? So what I'm saying, through spiritual sensation, that is through imaginal sight, sound, scent, taste, and touch. You can give the image sensory vividness. Did y'all catch what I just said? I know. I might be, how can I say, going a little over the head, but I'm making it very simple. This is very simple. This is a schoolmaster what I'm doing.
And it's like, Mark brought up a while back, even with the dream state, talking about what you're talking about now. It's really fashioning it. So that way you feel it. You're making it, you're visualizing it within. So it's like something that you're
It is. It's about that. I'm telling you, if none of us are in a situation where we can't do something, I believe we can. I believe we can. I believe we can. It's just engaging more mentally. That's all. And the better in that process of visualization. That's all. It's engaging more. Man, anything that you can use to bring yourself up to the state, the better. What? Anything. That's what our Morse Quran says. These are the tools in the toolbox. It's not just the Morse Quran telling you that. You should be grown enough to be like, what? Everything around me, I gotta use. I have to use this. Why? Because God brought it to me. This is help. This is shaping me. This is molding me. You gotta understand that.
You gotta get dirty. You gotta get dirty.
You have to.
They used to clown you and you wanted to play on the court. You went to play on the field and you came home clean. And you ain't play.
You ain't did nothing. You ain't did nothing. You cleaned in a whistle.
You gotta get dirty. You gotta use some tools. You gotta use them.
Yeah. You have to do those things. If Allah telling you to move, like when it was time for me to go, I had to do that. Throughout the day, ponder on those things that you want. Don't just think about it. Like the Quran said, don't just think about it. He said think about it all the time. That's what you make happen. Don't just think about it. I said throughout the day. I talk about games upon it. In your hippocampus. See, I'm putting the magnet on your thinking process. If I said gaze on it, you see? See yourself doing it. See yourself smelling that sweet smell that you say you want to smell like. See yourself in shape that you say you want to be in shape like. Understand? Teach your babies. Build those relationships. Do that from what? Understanding and from prayer. And fasting and understanding. I'm telling you, it's a powerful tool. And that's the tool we have that we take for granted. I'll be like, man, my. When I see it, man, I don't know how to pray. I said, my. Boy, there's no prayer can change things. Watch. You in that situation, let me come around your family in the dark and watch this prayer change things. Why? Because I know about the spirit. I know. You can't tell me no different. You can't tell me I don't care what you think. Let me go around your mama, your big mama, your auntie, and your uncle, and then we gonna see how crazy they think you are.
You have to pray.
Man, come on, Noble Alonzo. We ain't that crazy. I'm being amplified, but we can't be.
That's good.
I'm I'm talking about spiritual sensation. See, when I talk about the power of prayer, no, that's a spiritual sensation. That's a spiritual sensation that I get with at all times. Through what? I gave it to you. Your spiritual, that imaginary sight, that sound, that scent, that taste, that touch. You see? It gives you that image, the sensory, that vividness necessary to do what? To produce the image in your outer or your shadow world or on this earth plane. See? And I promise you, man, look in the mirror. What do you see? Yourself, right? You see everything around you, right? Talk to me. So when you look in the mirror, you see what? The world. So I'm using the mirror as an analogy. The world is a mirror. Where everyone sees himself what? Reflected.
Islam. No, look at this. When you look in the mirror, you see yourself, right? What you actually doing is you're looking at yourself. Looking at yourself. Wait, I don't know if you caught that. I don't know if anybody caught that. You're looking at yourself. Looking at yourself. That right there, keep that in your hippocampus. Next time you're in the mirror for quite some time and you're gonna start laughing. You're looking at yourself, looking at yourself. Islam.
See? The objective world reflects the beliefs of the subjective mind. Remember when I talk about objective and subjective, those are two key words that I taught a long time ago. When I said it's always going to be key words. It's all the vocabulary, the understanding of words where you can humbly walk away. Where you can shake a person's hand. Why? Because you understand a person might be speaking objectively and subjectively. You have to know the difference. Oh, well, this is the best thing that came from Texas. Oh, well, what? I ain't from Texas and I don't eat like that. So that might just be what? That might be your what? Objective or subjective? Which one?
That's subjective.
That's subjective. That's subjective. So you see how two simple words, objective and subjective, when you're a Socratic thinker, you can let things be. You can let a person with a potential of understanding that don't want to be enlightened, you can let them be. Understand what I'm saying?
It's fine. You have to have like reference. It's like you said, with these 2 points of reference, subjective and objective. So we just need to get another plan. We can do that. What's objective and what's subjective? After that, we can talk all day.
And so, and understanding, we have to use the tools as philosophers because we are praying men, but we are Socratic thinkers. We have to see, this is the whole aspect of understanding. When I say I just don't believe, I know that the mind is powerful. Why? Watch this. Because the mind can be deteriorated and the body can still be alive. Right?
I'm glad you.
We're gonna share this one. And then I got I take it.
No, that's y'all. The whole thing, y'all. Yeah,
So what I was gonna say was that for
We're going out the garage.
And just talking about her again to see what she was thinking every day. So that made just was talking about sleep and being awake. Basically, you say the same thing you say. So I said, well, who are you?
I gave him
I
two.
said, because I said, if you're saying you're the body, you're sleeping, you feel your body. You're not attached, right? So you are away from your body in that sense, right? But when you wake up, I say, what? And remember yourself. What?
No,
Back in your body. So you remember that. So just giving her reference, as we said with the subjective and the objective, is thinking now. So if these senses are unaware or you are unconscious of these senses in a sleep state, yet you return back. Oh, remembering.
You say, man, that BMW.
That which you did it when you was unaware. So this means that you're not what? The body. That's all I say. You're not the body because why? You was away. And you just do bad. Behold, now you are a body. Your body itself is a vehicle. You use it, but it's not you. So you know what I mean? So we were just going back and forth, but that just recognized that. So with that I say Islam.
Islam. See? And see, even that mental activity which allows the mind or the whole power of your attention to be focused in one chosen direction is the one to cultivate. That's what you cultivate. Think about what I just said until you can bring all to plan on your what? Objective at the same time. That's an ability that can be accomplished. When I talk about continuous prayer, you have to understand these keys. Every moment of your life, consciously or unconsciously, you are assuming and feeling. So when you realize that every moment we are assuming a state, you see the importance of being in control of one's mind and one thought. So to let one's mind indulge in negative or unproductive thoughts, when the person says, well, it ain't hurt me, it is. If it's unproductive, it is hurting you because you are wasting. It's unproductive. Even when you have the negative or unproductive thoughts, it's counterproductive. It's counterproductive to what? The divine. It's what it is. I'm telling you.
Do they play with the little kids?
In the regular mind of your consciousness, what we call it is spending your thoughts by letting your mind free will, bouncing from thought to thought in an associative manner. I told you when the mind is not centered, what it does is have you going on and on. We just